it going, everybody? Mike Hallmark from Hellwig Suspension Products. We're out at Easter Jeep Safari 2022 here in Moab, Utah. We partnered with some friends of ours, and we're going to install our front and rear sway bar on this JK Jeep. We're also going to do an install on a Ford F350, which is the tow pig for this vehicle. So it's so easy. We're actually installing it right here in the driveway here in Moab. This is something anybody can do. So if you're a DIYer, this is the product for you. If you want a mechanic to install it, not a problem. Super easy. We're going to show you, and then we're going to get the first drive reaction to show you real live people and how they feel Hellwig products change the driving characteristics of their vehicle. Super easy install. We did it in the driveway. We're in Moab. We're gonna do some road driving. We're gonna do some dirt driving. We're gonna find out if it works. Let's go.
This is exciting. It'll be interesting to see if we can tell the difference with tires air down. Okay, so usually in a situation like that, I mean, if it's just a little dip in the road, I feel a lot more bounce in my rear end. Okay, that is amazing. Do you feel that, AJ? No, I get a lot of body roll, especially, what are my tires at right now? PSI? 10 PSI? Even if I've got my old sway bar, even if I had the sway bar on at 10 PSI, I would still get a lot of body roll. Oh, sorry. No, even engaged, Engaged, if my tires are aired down, I can still feel a lot of body roll, a lot of sway. I can feel that front end is way stiffer. Even the back. I can, just even in the steering, it just feels solid. So, I'm really excited. Usually my front end would respond pretty quickly, and then the back end would feel like it was a few seconds behind and a lot less controllable. It's so much more stable. No, it does, and it's just like, it's so stable. That is amazing. I don't think I've ever been this excited about an upgrade before. Like, even just to feel the difference in such a short amount of time is pretty phenomenal.
Especially aired down, even engaged with the old sway bar and everything, just kind of feel like I can just let go of the steering wheel and go. Super impressive. I don't know, you've always had like, I always think like, oh, sway bar, you know, who needs a sway bar? Or is it really going to make that big of a difference, you know? But that's pretty impressive. Just no pull. Usually when you do this and you hit this off camber stuff, it wants to pull you one way or the other. I mean, that's like right here. Nothing.
Mike just got done installing front and rear Hellwig sway bars, and my mind is blown. To my fellow moms out there, if you're looking for something that maybe you don't feel like such a mom in, but will still give you an edge and still be safe for your kids, this is what you need. I am telling you, it's such a difference in the performance, even in my mom lingo. For example, I don't sit in the back seat very much. I obviously, as a driver, I have a little bit more control and a little bit more stabilization, but I do notice that my kids get thrown around from time to time when we're off-roading or if I have to maneuver quickly, but it is not like that anymore. My mind is blown as far as like the stabilization goes, and I really think that my kids are gonna appreciate being able to have a nap in the back seat without getting whiplash. So we are so grateful to Mike. We're so grateful to Hellwig, and I am so impressed with their product. And I can't tell you what a difference it's gonna make for you.
All right, so this is part 2 of our Moab install. We've already taken care of the trail rig, which was a JK Jeep. We did front and rear sway bar on that. But now we're gonna handle the business side of this. We're gonna put our contact helper springs on Big Booty Judy, their tow pig, which is a F350 dually. It has factory contact overloads. It's a great price point solution for you. You don't have to dismantle anything on the factory vehicle. You simply get the vehicle a little bit in the air so you can take the contact pads off of the overload springs. You simply bolt our contact helpers on, torque them down, and you're done. All right, that's a wrap on our contact helper spring and rear sway bar on a Ford Super Duty dually. Again, we did this at Easter Jeep Safari 2022, right here in the neighborhood. We had simple hand tools, of course, with the support of our good partners, Milwaukee and Boxo. It made it a breeze. We're gonna wrap this video with a first impression test drive. A huge car hauler. They're towing a Jeep inside of it. So we'll get with AJ, we'll get his first impression and show you guys what he thinks of the product installed.
With both Jeeps in there, even without both Jeeps in there, it still sags quite a bit back there in the back. And so what we wanted to do is throw their add leafs on there, which they're on there now, which you can visibly see. I mean, we gained at least an inch. So for sure an inch unloaded, and I know it's gonna help tremendously once it's loaded up. So I'm excited to see how it drives, see how it handles, and let's get in the driver's seat and go. You can definitely tell it is way more firm back there. Firm as in stability of the truck. It's definitely, I'd say more firm, stiffer. But that to me is not bad, especially, I mean, it is a little, I mean, it's unloaded, obviously. But at the same time, it almost feels more like reactive to the smaller bumps. Like it handles the smaller bumps better, but you can still tell that it's more firm on the bigger dip bumps, like where you're noticing the load. I mean, it's planted. I mean, like the Wrangler we did the other day, like you're planted, like even air down. This thing, it's not going anywhere. Pretty stoked, not gonna lie. I'm excited to try it with both Jeeps. Get some weight in this thing. Use it what we need it for, that's for sure. First impression, I'd say definitely worth it, in my opinion.